I think I have to find the Civic Feast Hall.
Gone.
Let's also talk to Fall from Grace.
How may I help you?
I do want to ask you some other questions. I spoke to 9 of the students as you asked, but I could not find the 10th. And you could not find the 10th student? How curious. I'm thinking the 10th student is me, in which case I've spoken to all of them. I think Lewis is the 10th student in his own way. Ah! She nods. Very well, and your thoughts? You and I should leave this place and explore the plains. There is nothing more for either one of us to experience here. I have learned what it means to aspire to be a sensate, and that it is better to go in search of experience rather than have it come to you. You should get rid of all the armoires in the brothel and use them as firewood. Oh my god. Fall from Grace nods. Very well, I will travel with you if you still desire my company. I do. 20,000?
You'll be joining us. What do we need her for?
You couldn't possibly understand.
I wish she would fall from great height. Might even bump her off myself.
Dude!
Yes.
Okay, so what do you do?
May my face lend me strength.
What is she?
May my face lend me strength.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. With a touch, you can bring another's pain into you, helping them at the cost of your own health. This spell can only be used at touch range upon a living creature. Magic resistance does not affect it. It deals 1 to 10 hit points of damage on the target, but the caster suffers the same amount of damage. This ability drains 1 to 10 hit points from the target and grants them to Grace. Creatures immune to normal weapons are still immune to Grace's Kiss. Okay. Do you have spell? Oh my god. What? Call lightning? Holy shit, dude. You're a cleric? You're a succubus that's a cleric. One to 3 slashing damage. Do I have a better weapon for you? Hey, Teleport, what's up, dude? I do. I just convinced her to join, which is wonderful. I swear I had another weapon sitting around here somewhere. Give her the hammer. Or the pry bar. Or the brimstone hammer. Wait, can she use it? Ah, only usable by fighters, huh? Fighters and thieves. Dang it, dude. Nobody can use any of this crap. Dang it. Alright, well.
Alright.
We got a lot of stuff to do. So let's get on it. Hey, MK, what's up, lady? Alright, we got places to go and things to do. The Civic Fest Hall is where we gotta go.
Done.
If I recall correctly. Thief. Wait, what? Who's the thief? Eli sees your approach, but his expression is impossible to read. You wonder if he can really see you through his narrow black eyes. Oh, okay, wait, that's right. I've already talked to this guy before. I believe we've already spoken to these folks. Yeah. I want to say we've basically talked to everybody here. What are you? Wait, are you a Gith? You look like you might be a Gith. Well, let's talk to you. This towering man's golden skin sparkles slightly, almost as if it were metallic. Let's see. Been a while since I've been able to watch, so I have no idea what's going on. How far along in the game are you? I have absolutely no idea how far along I am, but I'm level 9? I think I'm level 9. if that means anything. But we just picked up a new companion who is a succubus that apparently is a cleric. Let's see. Let's see, his skin sparkles slightly, almost as if it were metallic. Whether it's his actual flesh or merely painted on, you cannot tell. He regards you coolly as you approach, giving a respectful bow as you draw near. Welcome to the Civic Fest Hall, traveler. We are Splinter, doorman to the Fest Hall, and Priest King of How may we help you? Despite his humble offer of aid, his voice is powerful and commanding, a deep and rumbling sound that resonates throughout the chamber. How can you help me? We do many things in this fine hall, traveler. We answer questions guests might have regarding it or its inhabitants. We direct both visitors and members of the Society of Sensation alike to the sensoriums or lecture halls. We also accept new members into the Society. Lastly, it is through us that purchases from the Society's vaults are made, spells, items, and such. How could I buy something? You must be a member of the Society of Sensation. Might I become a member? I don't know if I want to become a member of this. Yeah, I had some other questions on. I wanted to ask about you. There's little to say that we have not told you. We are the Splinter Doorman of we are the Splinter Doorman of to the Fest Hall, demigod son of Issachar, the Priest King of Planewalkers came to our world and told us of the Society of Sensation. We were fascinated and returned with them. We left in the capable hands of our queen so that we might come to this place and experience servitude and humility for a time. As time does not pass here as it does in the century we have spent here will be as a mere several months in our own world. After another decade or so, we imagine we shall be ready to return to and rule it once more. Oh boy. Doing at the Feast Hall. Civic Feast Hall is one of the largest buildings in Sigil. Fitting as it is home to the Society of Sensation, the city's largest faction. It holds the sensoriums, lecture halls, training chambers, and such for visitors and members of the society alike. Tell me the Society of Sensation. The core of the Sensate's belief is that the multiverse can only be truly known through the senses. If one cannot sense it, then a thing isn't. Only through experience, through experiencing all the sensations to be had, can the full truth of the multiverse be revealed. The Society of Sensation, then, is where experiences gather and are shared with others, usually via the sensoriums. There's someone I was looking for here. Who was it you were seeking, traveler? It's just Julmi of the house Sirma? Herman Montague. Well, this person, for sure. Julmi is taken to waiting about in this very chamber of late. We think she's looking or waiting for someone. In any case, she should be nearby. What about Merriman? Merriman is usually pacing back and forth around the lecture halls. Travel through the middle door in the eastern wall and the door beyond that as well. He will likely be wandering within the hallway you'll find yourself in. Thank you. And how about Montague? Montague is a busy young man. He can usually be found moving between this chamber and the three that lie along its eastern wall. Alright, now what about Ravel? Splinter closes his eyes and thinks briefly. We would recommend that you speak to a wizard by the name of Quell about Ravel. Quell is always somewhere in the Fest Hall, most often in the private sensorium. How could I get into the private sensorium? You must be a member of the Society of Brilliance. Might I become a member then? In order to join the Society of Sensation, one must be willing to prepare to share their own experiences. 5 are required, 1 from each of the senses. Alternately, one may contribute a single experience that has strong elements from all 5 senses. These must be either new sensations or improvements upon our current stock. Should we find them acceptable, they will be placed into sensory stones, and you, having become a sensate, will be taught the sensory touch. It will allow you to draw others' wounds into yourself, healing them by accepting their suffering. I'm ready, I want to become sensate. First, what smell or experience involving it would you offer us? Actually, I'd like to contribute one experience that involves all 5 senses. I woke up not knowing where I was, on a cold, blood-slicked iron slab in the bowels of the mortuary, a place where only the dustmen or the corpses in their care have seen. Splinter nods. Go on. My entire body reeked of embalming fluid, but even the smell of that was not enough to match the coppery scent of gore around me. Dozens of bodies lie on countless bloody slabs, like the one I rose from, all in the process of being gutted, flayed, and the like by nightmarish clockwork devices for reasons unknown. The only sounds were the squeals of labored metal and the unsteady tread of undead workers as they pushed the slabs about the mortuary on rusted iron racks. I might have just said the Society of Brilliance instead of the Society of Sensation. Indeed, I think I've been spending too much time in the Underdark. He nods, a disturbing experience. And I even left out the part about the chattering skull that flew at me as soon as I was upright. Will it suffice, Splinter? Yes, we shall go to an empty stone now, to record your experience. You will then be granted access to those privileges allowed only to the members of the Society of Sensation, as well as taught the sensory touch. Accompany him to the record, to record your experience and learn the sensory touch. You return to the Civic Fest Hall's foyer with Splinter. We welcome you into the Society of Sensations, Traveler. May further journeys and experiences pave your road to the great truths of the multiverse. Thank you. I think that's it. Alright. I don't remember who we had to talk to about what. The stern-looking older woman seems to be looking for someone. Her eyes fix upon your face as you approach her. You there, might I have a word with you? Yes, you are Jolmy, correct? I spoke to your messenger.
Updated my journal.
I'm pleased to meet you, then. She gives a slight bow. I would make you a somewhat unusual proposal, though you must admit you are an unusual man. I will give you 1,000 copper commons for your permission to kill you. Are you open to discussion on the matter? Why? Jolmy doesn't bat an eyelash, but why not? I thought it might be an interesting experience, paying someone for the privilege of murdering them. When I first heard rumors of your experience, how could I resist? So, what is your answer? Shall we discuss the matter in great detail? Wait, where did you hear this? Jolmy frowns. One hears all sorts of things in the fest hall. How could one not eventually hear of a man like you? Again, I ask, will you consider my proposal? Yeah, sure. After a short discussion, it comes down to the following terms. Jolmy will pay you 2,000 copper commons in return. You will allow her to drive a dagger into your heart. She will wait for you to awaken, at which point she will give you the coin. Sure. The affair is over in moments. She's already cleaned her blade and put it away by the time you've recovered. After picking yourself up off the fest hall floor, Jolmy hands you several rolls of copper coins while you rub your aching chest. Somewhat disappointing, I must admit. Ah well, coin well spent, nonetheless. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
That... I don't know how I feel about this.
How may I help?
Okay, I would also like for you to cast, No, actually, you don't need to cast anything. Never mind. Mertwin the Headless? Or Heedless? It's clear there's something very wrong with this man. The way he lurches about, bumping into things, staring off blankly into space. As you approach him, you at last realize his plight. He's headless. The thing on his shoulders is merely a skillfully carved wooden prosthesis, a false head. Greetings? The headless body stops. Oh my god, it was headless. Why did I think it was heedless? What the hell? The headless body stops fumbling for a moment, and pauses. Its hands begin to reach out, as if trying to feel exactly where you are. Let it touch you. After a moment, its finger brushes your forearm. It clutches your arm and follows it up to the shoulder, then your head. As it feels your face and head, its hands brush your neck, as if it were checking for something. Finally, it grabs your hand and shakes it vigorously, in greeting. You notice that its skin is cold and slightly clammy. Can you understand me? The figure makes a series of hand motions, then waits for a response. It seems like it's asking a question. I don't understand. The headless body taps its foot for a moment, scratching at the chin on the prosthetic head. Suddenly it raises a finger, as if struck by an idea. It points at you, then at the eyes of the wooden head, then at you again. It then indicates its wooden head with both hands, shrugs, and points at you. No, I haven't seen your head anywhere. The headless body shrugs, slumps a bit, and turns to amble off. Oh no, we're gonna have to find this dude.
I'm gone.
cabeza somewhere, that's a little funky. Gissus the Crooked. This is not a good name to have, I would say. This squat, hunched old man still has the broad shoulders and scarred, calloused hands of a worker or warrior. An aura of weary despair seems to hang about him. He appears to be giving a lecture at the moment. Stay for the lecture. Right, now listen up. This is the seminar on the war. If you're here to listen about the blood war, take root. If you're not, you're in the wrong hall, and you'd best limp your soft, comfortable, comfort-loving Sigillian limber stems out of here. What the f... That is a hell of a sentence, or a hell of a paragraph. The Blood War? More boring than listening to a governor recite laws. Let's find some young sensates who need to be indoctrinated in the ways of passion. He waggles his eyebrows in anticipation. I don't know how Mort waggles his eyebrows since he's just bone. No, Mort, I want to hear this. Ignore... Yeah, we're gonna... Yeah. The man suddenly throws a dark eye over the audience, as if looking for something. And further, if you're Tanari or Bayatsu, hump your scaly hides out of the door. It's... I's not letting your ornery bastards bend an ear to this, and then listen... Oh my god. And then listen to your barmy arguments. Keep listening. Because this is no discussion on who is right. Behind you, you hear the sounds of something large leaving the lecture hall. It just tells the Blood War from the human point of view. I's not promoting one side or the other, because they both stink in different ways. The speaker becomes somber. So, what's left of you are wanting to listen to some Blood War stories, tales about the war. Here to hear the horror of it all, no doubt. The floating fortresses wove and weaved a human skin, the plains-wide battlegrounds, the blood war be fought on. He bares his yellow teeth, tails of fiends locked, fangs with other fiends. Grar, snar! His snarl fades and he looks suddenly bored. Keep listening. But let me peel back your lids and crack your bone boxes. 'Tis all a steamin' heap of barmy nonsense to be dwellin' on that forge dung. He spits in derision, rolling his eyes wildly. I'll tell you this, though. You can't imagine this scale of the Blood War is fought on. Nothing you've seen, heard, or participated in, nothing compares. Time, numbers of legions, sheer bloodshed, nothing compares, Burks. To try and imagine it, forget it. My advice? Simple. Stay away from the big bloody mess altogether. The only thing you need to know is this. Fiends are killing fiends. Bayatsu are slutting Tanari. Tanari are butchering Bayatsu. Right now, he spits again, neither's winning. Don't think either can win. Biggest stalemate this side of eternity. Thank the powers. That's it, he shrugs. That's it. I'll be answering any questions you got for me now. Ask a question. What's your question, Cutter? Can you give me a little bit more on the Blood War itself? What started it? How does one get hired? No! What started it? Got a right to be curious what started this big old sodden, soupy mess in the first place. What set the fiends a locking horns in the first place, biting and clawing at each other until that was the only reason they were alive. Go on. Simple. They met, he sighs. Tanari and Bayatsu crossed each other one day, and like two drunken bigots, they set to fightin'. That's simple, he frowns. Well, go on. Nah, pike that. Imagine two drunken priests who believe each other, who believe each knows only, the only way to live. Now make those priests ripped with scales and fangs and horns and a cruel streak 7 leagues wide and put them in an itty-bitty sodden cell. And you have a good idea of the love that can spring forth. And there you have it, the origin of the Blood War. Where two evil races... I actually already know the answer to this. Because Tanari, if I'm right, Tanari are chaotic and Bayatsu are lawful, because essentially they're demons and devils. All right. I think we're good. We don't really need to listen to the rest of this. Plus, it's a little hard for me to constantly be doing that accent without really being able to do it. Jumble Murder Sense. This short, balding man's orange tunic and rather sizable gut give him the look of a walking pumpkin. He is absent-mindedly patting his large paunch with a slow rhythm, as if it were a drum. The man's odd, crooked smile and strange gleam in his eyes makes him look a bit mad. Greetings. This man gives an exaggerated, flourishing bow, and presents a small card which reads only Jumble Murder Sense. Chaosist, sorcerer extraordinaire. He then snatches the card from your grasp and proceeds to eat it, grinning wildly all the while. Oh, good lord. Mort whispers, somewhere an asylum is one barmy short. I'd like you to remove Requin's curse. Jumble pretends not to hear you, instead belching loudly and resuming his belly drumming, his eyes wandering around the fest hall. Is there anything I could do that you'd remove Requin's curse? Jumble won't look at you, but shakes his head. Remove Requin's curse, Jumble, before I'm forced to hurt you. Jumble raises one eyebrow and takes a step back. He opens his mouth abruptly, and, though his lips or throat don't move to shape any words or sound, a torrent of incomprehensible babbling begins to pour forth. What the hell?
My journal.
Jumble shuts his mouth and the babbling ceases. He peers at you through narrowed eyes, a self-satisfied smile on his pudgy face. Suddenly, you hiccup, and hiccup, and hiccup, and hiccup again. Jumble Murder Sense merely turns his head and waves you away. Uh-oh. Looks like you just got a curse thrown down on you, Chief. What have you done? Jumble ignores you entirely. I don't want to attack this guy, because I get the feeling that that's going to be really bad. Fine. Get fucked, dude. Asshole. Wait a minute.
I'm listening.
Wait a minute. Oh, I fucked it. I fucked it so bad. I can't actually get rid of the curse now, can I?
I'm here. A pleasure.
Oh, shit. Oh, I meant to read this. Okay, we can't open it.
Done.
Well, the guy's a chaosist, so screw him. My god, this place is enormous. Thieves in training. Good lord. What is this, every single class? Mage. Wait, none of you guys are... Okay, yeah, you're all... What? Oh, no, I went into a thing.
All right.
These hiccups, dude. It's gonna drive me crazy. The attractive young woman smiles pleasantly. Greetings, sir. She closes her eyes and flips through a large ledger, stopping at what seems to be a random page and opening her eyes once more. Ah, here's your room key. She hands you a small key. The easternmost chamber's been waiting quite some time for you to return. Would you like to rest now, sir? Wait, what do you mean waiting for my return? Leclerc gives you a strange look. My ledger indicates that this is your key, sir, and has been for a good long time. If that is not so, then perhaps I'm merely mistaken. Would you like to rest now, sir? Sure. Wait a minute. Don't I have Remove Curse? It's like a level 3 spell, isn't it? Or no, maybe it's level 4? Yeah. No. You know what? Get rid of Force Missiles. Take Remove Curse. Do you also have Remove Curse? No, you don't. What about you? You have Curse, but not Remove Curse. Hey. Oh, wait a minute now. Okay. Where is it? No, it's still there. Yeah, it did seem a little bit extreme. Shit. Plus, I think I'd like to just make him very sad. Shit. Day 10. I don't like that it jumbles this all up. Oh, fuck. Alright, well, you know what? I think we're going to... Yeah, we're going to load back here. We're not going to kill that guy. I'm just going to...
How may I help you?
Let's see. I think the 10 student is me. I do. Okay, good.
Oh, Mistress High and Mighty will be joining us. What do we need her for?
You couldn't possibly understand.
I wish she would fall from great height. I might even bump her off myself.
Done.
Alright, Fall from Graves. Don't go casting crazy spells on everybody, because we're going to go rest anyhow.
All right.
Alright, now this... actually, hang on a second. This motherfucker is going to cast his bullshit on me, and I'm... Wait, why would I even bother? I can't remove the curse myself, so what the hell am I doing? I guess it doesn't... No! What are you doing? Stop casting spells! I don't know why she's doing that automatically. Maybe there's like an AI setting that I gotta play with. So, like, don't get me wrong. Okay, you know what? I don't think I got any XP for talking to you anyway, so, Jolmy. We'll talk to you, and then we'll let you kill me.
Updated my journal.
Why? Where'd you hear the rumors? I'll let you do it. Okay.
Updated my journal.
May my face lend me strength.
Alright. Now there's this guy without his head. Here we go. Alright. So now we know about this guy's head. What's this? Okay, I already have that. I'm not going to take it. Montague. Ah! Okay. So, greetings to this guy. And to thee, sir, hail, what dost thou wish of me? Are you Montague? I need to speak with you about Juliet. Oh, he gives you a puzzled, slightly suspicious look. I demand her love, and I demand that you withdraw your false protestations of love before I mash you into tiny bits. Thou love her so that thou wouldst fight me? Yes. He studies you for a moment. Thou art passionate about this matter. I see. Passion stems from love. Thou love her, and I could not deny her a love such as thine. I shall from this moment onward hold no claim on her. Thou may do as you wish. What? This is all a ruse? A ruse? Of what sort? She wanted to provoke you into fighting for her. Oh, did she think my love so boundless that I would engage in fisticuffs with a brutally scarred man of thy stature? Perhaps she thinks my devotion to her a little high. So, what should be done about this ruse? Turnabout is fair play. I say ignore that shit. Act distant and unconcerned. That'll spice things up considerably. Truly? Trust me, kid. Start ignoring her, create some friction, leave them wondering, and they'll be clawing all over to discover what the matter is. Right, Chief? Yeah, she'll think something is wrong, and for once, he'll be playing the game rather than being the target. This is all a horrible idea. The green arrow on the right of the party list will let you disable the AI. Okay, I will look into that then. I like the sound of that very much. Good luck, I hope it works out. And farewell to thee as well, sir. Now, I've some things to attend to. Should we meet again, we might speak more of the matter. Montague bows and turns. Aha. Okay, what is this? Throne appears to be as old as the building itself. It looks unused. More piece of artwork than a ruler's seat. Kisai. I'll talk to you. This is a life-sized granite statue of a gentleman standing with his arms at his sides, his eyes closed. It is of excellent craftsmanship, exquisitely detailed, and incredibly lifelike. So much so, in fact, that you find yourself wondering if it's really a statue at all. Greetings? The statue makes no response. Chief, you've seen statues before, right? Know that they don't talk or anything. Consider this, Mort. You're a floating, talking skull who's denying the possibility of a living statue. Well, you got me there, boss. That I do, Mort. I'll just touch him. You touch the statue and find that while the clothes are that adorn it are of gray cloth rather than rock, the skin is as cool and hard as granite. Why would someone clothe the statue? Maybe it's a little too anatomically correct, Chief? It was a rhetorical question, Mort. Sure, boss, I knew that. As you make to strike the statue, its eyes flash open and it catches your fist in an iron-hard grip. Narrowing its cold gray eyes, it speaks with a voice like two boulders grinding together. Why would you strike Kisai? Forgive me, I only meant to see if you were truly a statue. He nods slowly, frowning. You are forgiven. However, one feels you are lacking patience. Perhaps. I do have some questions for you, though. The statue remains as silent as ever. Hello? My questions? There's still no response. Wait for a response. There's still no response. You get the sense that Kisai might be testing your patience. Keep on waiting. A few minutes pass and Kisai has still failed to respond. Wait quietly for a few more moments. The statue's eyes open. He gazes at you with cold gray eyes. He speaks ponderously, with a voice like two boulders grinding together. Your patience is noted. Kisai would speak with you now. Mort rolls his eyes and makes a gagging noise. Power is known, not another Burke that talks like this. What do you know of Ravel Puzzlewell? I have other questions. Just when you think he hasn't heard you, he replies, ask. I have some questions about you. After a period of silence, he speaks, ask. What is it that you were meditating upon when I first found you? Kisai meditates upon the Way of Stone. The Way of Stone. Kisai nods. A philosophy. A method of combat. With it, Kisai seeks to achieve invulnerability. Invulnerability? You'd be unbeatable in combat? Yes. Now the way is not yet perfect. Kisai will make it so, one day. Kisai knows this. Can you tell me what you've discovered so far? Kisai nods. No one has asked. Kisai to share his knowledge of the way. Kisai shall do this now. He begins to speak at length, slowly and carefully. Listen and learn the Way of Stone.
Updated my journal.
After hours of listening and many, many questions, you can armor class up. Many, many questions. You come to understand what little of Kisai's Way of Stone he can teach you. In combat, you will use it to resist and deflect your enemy's blows, improving your armor class. Thanks, Kisai. I had some other questions though. What do you know about this place? This is the Civic Fest Hall. Need you know more? Find another to ask. I think that's it. Thank you, weird stone man. What's in here? Did I already come in here? Oh, Jumble, you freaking piece of garbage. Hey. Greetings, you weirdo. I had some questions, Jumble. Jumble yawns and looks away, drumming on his belly with his palms with the palms of his hands. Jumble, my questions? Rolls his eyes, he turns to you, smirks, and then bites his thumb. Fine, but I'd like you to remove his curse. Are you mute? Is that why you won't answer me? Weakman pretends not to hear you. Jumble pretends not to hear you, instead belching loudly and resuming his belly drumming. His eyes wander around the fest hall. Is there anything I could do to get you to remove his curse? He won't look at you, but shakes his head. Oh shit, I forget the name of the guy that told us about Jumble. I want to say he's here, though. Or maybe he was in the previous zone? Oh shit, or did he even say the... Wait. Hang on a minute. I met a man named Requin who... let's see here. The Curse Spitter probably lives in one of the upper wards. Let's see. I don't remember what the guy's name is. Holy shit. Let's see. I was told the jumble murder sense made Reekwind, the cursed, stench-ridden man I met in the hive, what he is, and that I could find him in the Civic Fest Hall. Who told me that, though? Doesn't tell me who told me that. Balls. Alright, well, I'm gonna come back to this guy at some point. 3 planes aligned. Thin and sharp-featured, his yellow skin covered with tattoos, this man looks over the room and its inhabitants with cold black eyes. He appears to be giving a lecture. I'm known as 3 Planes Aligned, a Getzeri scholar. If you are here for my lecture, it begins in a few moments. Mort sighs loudly. Come on, Chief, are we really going to stay for this? You're right, Mort, let's get the hell out of here. I don't think we really need to listen to this. This is Victor's? Yep, this is Victor's. Alright, so all this stuff on the bottom is probably just people training for various classes. This Death's Advocate. Civilians, welcome. Please take your seats and listen to the darks, of which I speak. Darks, give me a break. Really not going to listen to this rattletrap, are we? Come on, let's go find some sensate chits that have never had the pleasurous sensation of tasting the fiery passion of a skull's lips. He wiggles his eyebrows. Oh my god, Mort, you're so ridiculous. The fuck was that? Where does this go?
All right.
Oh, this is where we rest. Right. Okay. Wait, what? Hang on a second. Excuse me? Detective woman smiles pleasantly. Something I might help you with, sir. Could I rest here? The Civic Hall often rents out any unused chambers by the evening. You could certainly rest here, should one be available. Shall I I wonder why. I wonder why they didn't just give us a key this time. Interesting. Okay. I can't imagine it... What the heck? I cannot imagine that it was because of...
All right.
Wait, did I already talk to Merriman? This man looks like a bitter, cantankerous old codger. His mouth is twisted into a frown that becomes even more severe as he notices you coming his way. Merriman, my name may be, but Mary I am not. Off with you, young one. No time for the likes of you. He goes into a fit of coughing from the exertion and shooing you away so loudly. Wait, Delora wanted me to speak to you. Merriman eyes you suspiciously. That's so? About what? Eh? Well? She says that you're her first love, and that so long as you hold the keys to her heart, she'll never be free to love another. She told you that, eh? I'm surprised. Perhaps leaving her under Mistress Grace's tutelage did what I could not. Started to develop her feelings. In any case, he pats a pocket with his tunic, on his tunic. I won't just give the keys to you. Wait, those are literally the keys to her heart? He nods. That they are, Dolores' construct. Did you know that? A creature of sorcery and clockwork mechanics she is, and one of my finest creations, Merriman sighs, but cold without emotion or character. I brought her to the brothel and set her so that she could not leave, in the hopes that the constant contact with so many others would begin to develop her own personality. The keys are the tools used to set her. She wants them because she feels that they're limiting her personal growth now, I suspect. Then why don't you just return them to her? Merriman scowls, because I've become a cruel and bitter old man who sees he can get something out of you. Go on then, what do you want? I want to forget. I've lived almost 150 years now, and I've seen every sensory stone I've cared to in this grand hall. I have little time left to live, and am too weak to go out in search of wholly new experiences, so I need to find a way to forget them all. That way, I can start again in my final days. So do I just wallop you in the back of the head, or what?
Updated my journal.
No, you bloodthirsty lummox. You'll need something, some item, some concoction that will allow me to forget, like a drought from the river Styx, something like that. Right, I'll return if I find something. Farewell. Frick. That's not going to be easy to come by, I don't think. What are you doing? Hey. Where does this go? Wait a minute.
All right.
Was I not here already? Huh. Wait, these both go to the same place.
All right.
Okay, what is that sound? I hate it.
Done.
These are all the same, right? Yeah, this is the same. This has got to be the same thing. I wonder why she's not giving us the room though. That's very strange.
All right.
We've already been in here. Major training, major training, major training. Okay, these are all just people in training. Who else did I have to do stuff for? Nope, I don't need to know about Reekwind right now. I don't remember this. Alright, Jumbo, you piece of shit. Curse me, you jerk ass. Curse me, you jerk ass? This guy, he's even standing in the doorway to be a pain in the ass. Oh my god. I'd like you to remove his curse. Alright, let's give him the threat. Raises an eyebrow and... okay.
Updated my journal.
Well, that's just horrible. Well... And we know that remove curse does not actually work. Balls.
All right.
This is the place we want to go into, yeah? Yes. God, it's so bad. Alright, we gotta talk to all these people again. Let's see. Ah, Dollara, come here. Shit. Who was the one that needed the other weirdness? Wait a minute.
Updated my journal.
Let's see. Nenny's eyes suddenly go wide. Oh, that's right. You know, I once saw a man sneaking out of Kamaksky's room while she was out talking to a patron. I watched the front doors all that day, but he never ever left. Isn't that odd? I don't think he could have made it out a window, and so I never figured out where he went. And then I totally forgot about it. Weird, huh? Yes, it is. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. You stinky thief. This is Lewis, the talking armoire. I had some questions for you, you scumbag. Then he told me she saw a man leaving that person's room. I think that was you, Lewis. You think? Think? How could you be so alarmingly rude, so ludicrously presumptuous as to spout forth such an accusation without being absolutely certain of your charges? How dare you, impertinent, brassy cur? Why I oughta... As Lewis rails and curses, his drawers open and close. You notice a small bundle of crimson cloth tucked alongside some clothes. The repeated opening and closing of the armoire drawers make it difficult to grab it, however. Wait for an opportunity to grab it. You stand poised at the edge of the armoire. It keeps gabbing on, but it never seems to stay open long enough for you to grab the cloth. Try and snap your hand in while the drawer is open. You simply cannot move your hand quickly enough to snatch the crimson cloth from within Lewis. The most you could accomplish would be getting your fingers crushed. Give me that crimson cloth. Shan't, won't, never! Pull open the drawer and get the cloth. The drawer remains closed. You hear a puffing and a wheezing from the exterior. Go away, you barbarian! Give me the crimson cloth, Lewis. Bag and want. Oh my god. Oh, please stop that rubbish. It is quite tiresome and transcends all known meaning of the word boredom. Bag and wine. Stop! How tediously dull. You are making me quite drowsy. Bag and wine. The armoire yawns, exposing the crimson cloth where it rests snugly beside some undergarments. You dart your hand in and seize it before the drawer can close itself, tucking it away. You notice that it is perfumed with a light, exotic, and most pleasant fragrance. Damn it, you rogue, blackguard, scoundrel! You give that back this instant. That's not yours. That is an exceedingly personal garment. It belongs to the lady of this establishment, and they would not appreciate you fondling their private things. Oh, but it's all right for you, you wooden pervert. I'm not doing anything so criminal and malicious as you are. I'm merely soaking in sensations necessary to my growth as an individual. Yes, yes, farewell, you stinky butthole. Please. So long, scumbag. Alright, well, let's go talk to the... God, what is her name? I can't remember, but she's a Medusa. I recall that much. God, these hiccups. Please. Marissa, there it is. Marissa's cold, cruel voice hisses from out of the darkness. It returns. You have a reason for coming this time, I trust? Or just more of your pointless questions? Actually, I've brought your crimson veil. Then would you please hand it over? Of course, here you are.
Updated my journal.
You hold the crimson veil before you and feel her taking it from your hands. Ah, yes, much better. Two shining points of red light appear before you as she opens her eyes. So that's what you look like. Perhaps I would have been better off with my eyes shut. Watch that forked tongue of yours. Do not get me even started. Why would this be an option? What about Vivian sent? No, I have no clue. Alright.
Well, I've learned some new tricks.
Ooh!
Aye?
Let's see here. Let's do 10 and 10 for this and lockpicks. Or, not, door opening, that is. Thief? Oh, I think it always puts this up, doesn't it? Alright, it said your spell memorization is increased, which is wonderful. Okay, level 4, which you don't actually have any spells for. Okay, that's the strength thing. I guess we'll try this. I don't know who the heck to ask about this other stuff here. Vivian. In a way, I believe it was on Marissa's lost veil, which I returned to her. She has your scent.
Updated my journal.
For the briefest of moments, Vivian's eyes smolder with rage. She does she? We shall see about that. Do not move. I shall return shortly. Wait. There, that solves that hideous witch, always stealing my perfumes, but never did I think she would have the audacity to steal my own personal scent. Humph. She suddenly shakes out her crimson hair, and in moments you are surrounded by the most intensely exotic and arousing scent you have ever had the pleasure of smelling. That smells great. It does it not? She smiles at you. And as you have done a favor for me, I wish to perform one for you. Stand close to me, scarred one. Approach her. You step closer to Vivian. She takes your hand and, turning it over, takes a single cautious sniff of your wrist. Whew! She wrinkles her nose. Vinegar? Or embalming fluid? Here, I will remove this smell from you. She mutters a few strange syllables, and a light tingling sensation spreads over your skin. In moments, your chemical reek lessens substantially. There, how is that? People should be less eager to avoid conversation with you now. Thanks, Vivian. Charisma permanently increased by 1. That is wonderful. Wait, can you remove curses? No. I gotta find somebody to get rid of this freaking curse, man. Like, for real. I don't remember where he was. He might have been here somewhere. Was the guy up this way? What is this? No.
Done.
Advocate's home. I think that other dude may have been one zone back. Also, we need to go and... Oh, shit. Was it in the lower ward? I want to say it was in the lower ward, possibly.
I'm gone.
Is this familiar? I think this is possibly familiar. It was a wizard guy. Yeah, I think it was right over here. Yo. Sebastian smiles at you. Good day, Cutter. How may I help you? Oh, fuck. This guy is a real piece of garbage, man. How the hell do I get rid of this crap? Who would I be able to talk to about getting rid of garbagey curses? Maybe the marketplace has somebody that can help me. Like, maybe I can just pay to have the curse removed? I don't know. Let's see. Shopper.
All right.
This guy had spells, didn't he? Okay, I can buy spells from this guy, but that's about it. I mean, I'll buy it. Oh my lord. My dude, you need some stuff. Okay. I'm gonna have to do some of that a little later. So first off, copy this. Alright. Wait a minute. Oh, you already have that. Shoot.
Done.
I think I can sell just random garbage to you, right? Well, not random garbage, but like some of the... Yeah, well, maybe. I can't. Shit.
I'm gone.
No, I don't think any of these guys are the ones I need to talk with. Who in the hell can get rid of this friggin' curse? Oh, no. What about this guy? Maybe this guy can help? Oops. I mean, he's going to be annoyed that I'm bothering him again, but, like, so what? Raised... No. Shit. God damn it. Who the heck could I talk to get rid of this? I've been cursed with perpetual hiccups by the chaosist mage called Jumble a Murder Sense. Hopefully someone else in the feast hall will have some idea of how to either remove the... Okay. So apparently we gotta go back. It's a good lesson for you. Always read the journal. Always, always, always. You know what? I bet we got to talk to that dude who was telling us like who all the different people were.
All right.
You. Jumbo Murder Sense cursed me. Could you or anyone you know of here help me?
Updated my journal.
We would recommend that you speak to the one known as Salabesh. If he is not within the fest hall at the moment, he will be in its immediate vicinity. Salabesh is tall and thin, oft dressed in robes of black or crimson. Thank you. Let's look for this guy. I don't think we saw him previously, but he might be in here somewhere. Nope. This is fighters. Okay, I'm gonna go outside the front door then, thank you. Y'all know me, man. I'm gonna miss shit like crazy. There he is. You see Salabesh the Onyx. He makes a brief but graceful half-bow. Again you stand before me. Yes, I had some questions for you. But what, Not the ward and the like, I hope. Plenty of more common folk could answer such questions, and I'd just as soon direct you to one of them. Let's see. You're a master of curses. Perhaps you could help me? Help you, Salabesh sneers. Doubtful. Before you can respond, he sighs, shaking his head. Well, perhaps I could. What troubles you, then? Jumble Murder Sense cursed me. Jumble Murder Sense? Ha! That sputtering mooncalf could never best me. Oh, the battles we used to have, though. Salabesh frowns. But I'm past all that now. No longer my sort of thing, you see. I really don't know what I could do for you. After all, it's his curse. Not the sort you'd find on an item or some such. You know, that you could remove with simple magics. He'll have to remove it, and willingly. Well, could you teach me a curse, then, that I could use on him? Well, I don't normally do that. I keep my curses to myself, you know. And besides, even a single curse would take one a long while to learn. More time than I'd care to spend. Oh, I don't know if I should say that, though. I could pay you for your trouble. No, I've simply no desire to do it. Salabesh looks directly into your eyes. Now kindly drop the subject, Sirrah, before you begin to annoy me. Perhaps you're just worried your curses aren't good enough to best him anymore. You what? Of all the ridiculous... Now look here, you knuckle-dragging sack of scars, Salabesh the Onyx is the master of curses, and there is no other. Why, I could give you but a single phrase that would render that nincompoop's cursing wholly impotent. Teach it to me, then. Look skeptical. That's it! You've made me do it! Salabesh utters a short string of impossible syllables, words of power which you note mentally for later use against Jumble. There, see what that does to him. And tell me Salabesh the Onyx isn't the master of curses then. Thanks, Salabesh, I'll do that.
Updated my journal.
Oh, this is going to be wonderful. Once I actually make it inside.
Done.
Oh, Jumble, you son of a bitch. You are so getting what's coming to you. Jumble. Jumble frowns at your appearance, biting his thumb in your direction and waving you away. Throw the curse Salabesh taught you at him. Jumble stares at you with a somewhat skeptical expression as you speak the arcane syllables of Salabesh's curse. After a moment of awkward silence, the Chaosist mage notes that nothing seems to have happened, and an evil grin spreads across his face. Continue. He opens his mouth to retaliate with another curse of his own, only to realize that he has no voice. Salabesh's curse has removed Jumble's ability to speak, thereby destroying the Chaosist's ability to curse others. He clutches at his throat, panic welling up in his eyes. Looks like the tables have turned, Jumble. What do you think? What do you think will happen when anyone you've ever cursed finds out you can't speak or curse anymore? Jumble drops to his knees, a pleading expression in his eyes. He looks ready to burst into tears. Will you remove the curse you placed on me and swear never to curse another who didn't mean you harm? Jumble places his hands over his heart and nods vigorously. Very well, I'll remove the curse then.
Updated my journal.
Jumble sighs with relief as you remove Salabesh's curse from him. He in turn removes his own, and your hiccups finally stop. He then bows humbly and casts his eyes to the floor. I'd like you to take the curse off of Reekwind as well.
My journal.
Jumble nods, pouting, and with a wave of his hand removes Reekwind's curse. Thanks. Goodbye, you jerk. What a jerk. What an absolute trash man. Wait, can I rest here for free now? Or was that... I'm still very curious as to what caused that.
I'm gone.
Alright, well, never mind then. God, we've still got so much to do, man.
All right.
Yeah, that was a much more satisfactory end to that. But I should probably go talk to Reekwind. What was one of their quests? Pestle. Nope. That's true. I haven't visited my room in the feast hall. Hey.
All right.
Wait. Do I actually have the key? Oh my god. Wait. What? Unfulfilled desire. The woman before you is incredibly attractive. There's some intangible aura about her that makes you want to speak to her. As you step up to her, she glances at you coyly. Then she gives a knowing smile. Greetings. You want something, yes? She hisses the yes, drawing it out slowly, sensually from between her teeth. I can help. Name your desire and I shall provide it. I love the fest hall. The woman ignores Mort, her eyes locked with yours. She smiles, awaiting your response. I want weapons of power, I want magic items, I want spells, I want knowledge, I have questions. I want my memories returned, all of them. Oh, God, no. She smiles. Much may be forgotten in a lifetime, and much more in several lifetimes. I can help you. She studies your face closely. Explain to me the ways in which you want these memories. Speak to me your craving, and I shall speak to you of their price. Of the price. I misspoke. I don't want them back. What proof do you have that you could return them to me? Describe the way in which I want my memories back. As you speak, her smile fades, and she leans forward attentively, her eyes ravaging your features as you speak. Her presence compels you to speak more than you normally would, and after a few moments her eyes flutter closed as she gives a sharp intake of breath. Suddenly the desire for your memories begins to wane. Your want slowly drains out of you, leaving only a cold emptiness in its wake. She opens her eyes again as you stop speaking. What is wrong, traveler? Do you no longer want your memories returned to you? No, I mean, yes, what have you done? She seems perplexed. Whatever do you mean? Despite her innocent demeanor, you're certain something unnatural has occurred. She has somehow siphoned off some part of your desire, stolen it away for some ghastly collection of wants, or perhaps to feed upon. Had you finished speaking of your desire, you're certain it would have been lost forever to you. Come now, is there something else you want, then? Tell me of it. I'd best not. See you later, you friggin' weirdo. What are you? I get the feeling you might be a succubus of some sort. I'm just gonna try the doors first. Okay. So I'm betting the unfulfilled desire just, you know, leaves that door open for people to come in and they'd be like, hey. Sure. Do I have a key now? No? How do? Do I need a key, though? Because, like...
Might as well.
You're really good at picking locks. Fuck.
All right.
How in the shit did I get the key before, and now I don't? Very strange. Maybe I just screwed it up? I don't know, man. Like, what would cause that to happen? Don't do that. Yeah, it said I rested for 8 hours, but then it's like... I don't have the key anymore? I don't know why I'm doing this. This seems... not right. But when I say this, I mean, like, coming back here and just talking to you. I wonder why she's not giving me the... Let's see. It might have bugged when you rested instead of accepting the key. You might have to bash the door open. Okay, well. Off I go to bash the door open.
What's up?
Mort, hit it with your face.
Okay.
Bash failed. Fuck. Bash failed. Fuck. Strange. Okay, you know what? I'm going to quick save, and we're going to reload, and see if that does it. Is this it? I think this is it. Load it. Maybe if I just rest, or not, oh, fuck. Okay, I don't know what to do then.
Done.
Unless we just have Anna, yeah, unless we just have her try to, like, pick all the locks
Why not?
again. Lockpick succeeded. 2 sensates. I mean, you probably don't appreciate me just, like, going through your stuff, but deal. Because, well, I mean, you're just going to have to deal with it.
Might as well.
Done.
Please.
All right.
Ah, very good point. I could try that.
Might as well.
Oh, give me the coppers. Absolutely.
Yes, very well.
I mean, this is a new sense, right? Or a new sensation? Stealing from people? That's something, right?
Right.
Please work. Oh, no. Well, that didn't go so well. Okay. How about we try one more time? We'll talk to her. Alright.
Aye, might
Anna?
as well.
And I can't pick this one, right? Please actually work, though.
Done.
Oh my god. What has
I'm
happened?
gone.
Might as well.
No! Come on, man. Wait. You've got stuff that will increase your lockpicking stuff, like, a lot, won't it? Man, I should have been increasing your pickpocket. I could swear I had charms that increased your stuff. Ah. God damn it. Give that to her. No, this other stuff is really gonna help. No, you don't have anything either. Alright, Anna.
Right.
We need to reload to a save from before talking to the clerk for the first time. If this doesn't work, it's annoying, but getting into that room is fairly important. Alright. Please. No! God damn it. Fuck. Shit. When the hell did I talk to her? Damn it. Try this one. I don't know if this is gonna work either, but we'll see.
All right.
I'm not still cursed with the friggin' hiccups, am I? I don't think so. Yo. Tailport, do you know how the what am I trying to think of here? The pickpocket stuff works in this game?
Aye.
Is it just like you have to have a pickpocket of X in order to succeed? Or is that not the case?
Right.
Yes! What'd I get? What? Oh my god. Fucking shit. Okay. I have to remember,
Aye.
take like all the stuff out of her inventory, okay? So like that, this. Just get all this crap the hell out of here. Get rid of this.
Right.
That's it? No! Oh. Oh, shit! You're right. That's oh my god. I think that's exactly what happened was I haven't joined the Society of Sensation, which is why I don't have a room yet. Oh my god. You, my friend, are a savior.
I'm gone.
I have to talk to this dude over here and be like, hey, let me into the society, you weirdo. Let's see. I want to become a sensate. Alright, thank you, Splinter. Now let's go. Because apparently picking her pocket is going to yield a bracelet.
Done.
Yo, give me a room. Wait, what do you mean, waiting for my return? Okay, yes, that'd be nice. Is this my room? Yes! Oh my lord. Oh my god! Okay, well, hang on. First off, clear some garbage out of your inventory. Okay, look at this thing. God damn. You can see a small enclosed patio through these glass doors. Interesting. Okay, I don't... What did this say? Door's locked. Oh my god! Thrice blind charm. 3 cranium rat tails have been woven into a small charm. Despite the separation of their owners, however, they still twitch occasionally as if irritated. To use this charm, the caster must select a target within his line of sight. Then, while remaining focused on the target, unite the charm. The target's vision will turn black for several minutes, rendering them help. Okay, so this is a blind thing. Fire resistance, strength, cockroach charm. Ugh. Take that. Ah, okay. Oh my god, give me the spells. Also, these are all going to go to Dakon. Excuse me?
Your will be done.
Dude, okay. Me, please get out of the way so that Dakon can do his thing.
Your will be done.
Oh, you already know all these spells. Okay, well, please pick this lock.
Might as well.
Dodecahedron. Oh boy.
All right.
Oh boy. Red sphere of fire and a blue sphere of ice shall streak forth and quickly strike down the target of your choosing. Spell summons 2 crystal spheres, 1 red, 1 blue, that strike a specified target. Upon impact, the red sphere explodes into a fireball, 30-foot radius that inflicts 3 to 18 points of fire damage upon all within range, while the blue sphere explodes in the same area of effect, causing 3 to 18 cold damage to all within range. A successful saving throw halves the spell's damage. I will take this. And then I will immediately write it into my book, if I can. Oh man, but it would take the to place a Cone of Cold. I don't know, man. I really like Cone of Cold. It's a really, really wonderful spell. Dodecahedron. This heavy dodecahedron, about the size of both of your fists balled together, seems inexplicably familiar to you. Its texture is cold and smooth, but whether it's metal or stone you cannot tell. A certain, almost intangible tension runs over the object, as if it were ready to spring into the air at any moment. Use it. This heavy dodecahedron, about the size of... let's see. Yep, examine the dodecahedron closely. Upon closer examination, you realize that each side of the dodecahedron is a plate that can be twisted clockwise or counterclockwise. It appears to be a puzzle box or combination lock. As each of the pentagonal plates has 5 possible positions, the dodecahedron has no less than 244,140,625 settings. It would take every second of the next 77 odd years to hit all the combinations, but then you might just get lucky and stumble onto the solution in minutes. Fiddle with it for a bit. As you methodically twist... What was that? Methodically twist the cold gray facets of the dodecahedron, a strange sensation forms at the base of your skull. Your hands seem to move on their own accord, turning the object and spinning its facets with mechanical precision. You've done this before. You knew the combinations once, and you also become aware that there's a certain danger within the object. Whether it's from simple traps or something less mundane, though, you cannot tell, or cannot recall. Keep working on the dodecahedron. In moments, you have what might be the first 4 sides locked into their proper places. As you begin to twist the 5th side of the dodecahedron, you recall a cunning blade trap that would snap out to lash at the meddler's hands, slashing their wrists and severing fingers. You avoid the trap with the proper number of rotations, certain that you've made progress in the unraveling of the object's secret. Keep working at the dodecahedron. After avoiding the dodecahedron's springing blades, you slowly puzzle out the next series of facet positions. As you start to turn the 9th side of the dodecahedron, you suddenly remember a second trap, jets of toxic gas that would form a billowing cloud of lethal corrosive vapor around a curious meddler. You circumvent the trap with the correct amount of twists, positive that you've nearly unlocked the dodecahedron. Keep working at it. You circumvent the dodecahedron's poisonous gas trap and begin your work on the final facet positions. Just as you're locking the 12th pentagon into place, you recollect sorcerous runes hidden within the dodecahedron that would blast the unwitting holder with bolts of magical lightning. After disarming the trap with the correct number of facet rotations, the dodecahedron clicks and begins to open in your hands. The dodecahedron splits once, twice, and eventually unfolds itself impossibly into a perfect... excuse me. Oh my god. Into a perfectly rectangular tablet the size of a large book. Etched into its surface are a series of bizarre symbols. It looks to be a code or a language that you feel should be familiar to you, but it's not. Further examination of the tablet reveals that by twisting the pentagonal facets that are now open the underside of the tablet, or that are not upon the underside of the tablet, different pages may be displayed across the tablet's face. You finally realize the dodecahedron is a tome or journal of some sort. Until I learn to read this language, I might as well just put it away.
Updated my journal.
A linguist. There is a linguist. There's absolutely a linguist that I know of. Oh, for some reason I thought we were not... that we didn't have another party member slot, but apparently we do. So I suppose if Ignis is up to joining us, we could get him.
I'm gone.
Although a friend of mine did warn me that Ignis is horribly evil. Because I was telling him about my trials and tribulations, and he was like, you might not want to have Ignis in your party because he might get mad at you for reasons that you may not understand. Which is unfortunate, because having a crazy pyromancer man would probably be very useful. Then again, I'm also sure that there's plenty of people that I could talk to about other stuff. What is this place? Oh, that's Curiosity Shop. Which I should probably go into and sell some of this garbage. If I can. Wait, have I talked to you before? This sharp-featured woman's appearance is attractive, though somewhat disturbing, with her blue-black skin and bright yellow eyes. As she examines you, a small pair of bat-like wings unfold from her back, then seem to settle back into her skin. Well, well, a floating, disembodied, prevaricating skull, and fall from grace, or whatever it is you call yourself now. Truly a pleasure to see you here. What do I owe the honor of your visit? I thought that you rarely trafficked among our kind anymore. She glances at you for a moment, with the same faint sneer. Or is it your assignment here almost finished? Fall from grace. I don't know what assignment you are referring to, Vershinka, though your presence here brings with it many questions. Last I had heard, you were a standard-bearer for the company of the Vulture. How did you come to Sigil? She replies curtly, firing a question back like an arrow. By choice, and you? Where will your orders take you next? She suddenly turns to you. You see, little man, Vershinka smiles, as if savoring the words. The best temptress is one that can make you buy into the illusion of being both promiscuous yet virtuous at the same time. A prostitute priestess, as it were. Mistress Grace is among the greatest. She turns to Fall from Grace. Are you not? You would not think that a score thousand years of slavery had left their scars, no? Fall from Grace speaks with a coldness you have never heard before. The air almost becomes ice as she dissects Vershinka with her gaze. That is enough. Very well, you are the ones who came into my emporium. Vershinka looks to you. She narrows her eyes. You're the scarred man who's been going around asking all the questions. She looks you up and down. You sure look lost. Did you want to come in? Really, or are you just casing the place because you have nothing better to do? Because Vershinka, she indicates herself, can help you. How can you help me? I travel and trade extensively. I hear a great deal. I purchase a great deal, and I own a great deal. Perhaps I can make you a great deal. Is there anything that you desire? Perhaps what are you selling? Would you care to examine the weapons and charms, or some of my more exotic acquisitions? Let's go for the weapons and charms at the moment, and I try to sell some of my crap. Who has the crap? Oh, wonderful. Get rid of this crap. You have some of the stuff too, yeah? Yeah. Do you also have garbage? Okay, I don't think this is useful for you right now. Get rid of this. Alright. Hammer of Communition? Usable only by fighters. So, not actually good for me at all. Divine Censer. When lit, the censer has the power to entice the soul back to the recently departed. Unfortunately, there is only a limited amount of incense left in it. Okay. What? His teeth look like more like lumps of charred bones than actual teeth. Although their origin is unknown, it can be deduced that they were taken from some fire-breathing creature. Using the teeth grants the wearer certain benefits normally possessed by such creatures. Oh, Mort. Oh, Mort. Okay, well, this is like detect traps and stuff, so I don't really care about that. The snap-on lens is good for examining things up close, but makes for a poor sighting scope. Inherent viciousness. Oh, I want this. Dread Bond? Legend has it that this bracelet was created by Nasek, the sadistic. Tiny razor-sharp spikes cover the entire surface of this item, injecting small amounts of rare reagents into the bloodstream for the user. The effects of these chemicals cause the wearer to feel a constant adrenaline rush of strength. Immunity to panic. Ew, spider bracelet? What the fuck? In actuality, this is a living spider, not Oh. When attached to one's wrist, the spider will sink its fangs into the user's flesh and feed from the host, providing both beneficial and detrimental effects. No, thank you. Ashes of Pabulum. Heart of... What the hell? Summons Trellons. What the hell does that mean? These ashes are all that remains of a school of illusionists called the Pabulum. Or Pabulum? According to their expedition logs, they traveled to the plane of Shale in search of the lost works of the Forester, of the Foster, a powerful sorcerer who once ruled an empire where the plane of Shale now lies. The native illusionists were successful, and they stumbled across one of his lost works, a hive of vicious creatures called the Trellons. The remains of the mages were found days later by two barrier scouts, and were burned over a pyre as a symbol of their folly. To unlock the power of these ashes, one only needs to stir them with the index finger of the left hand, then sprinkle a pinch of the ashes into the air in a circular pattern. The smell of the remains of these dead mages is said to cause the Trellon to appear and serve the user. No one knows where the Trellons originated from, but they seem to combine the worst characteristics of demons and insects. They seem to bear an insane hatred for mages, but the reason for this is unknown. Well, I'm not summoning them if they hate me, so... Well, I'm not one of those. Okay, that's all the shit that I just sold him. Or her. Let's see. Exotic items, please. What the hell? She smiles at you as you look at the various shelves in the middle of the shop. If you see nothing you like, nothing you like here, there are more items towards the front and the back of the store as well. What the hell? Baby oil chocolate quasit? Codex of the Inconceivable, Diva's Tears, Elixir of Horrific Separation. Oh no. You examine a bottle labeled Elixir of Horrific Separation. Brashinka presents it to you. This stuff was compounded by a scholar who'd found she possessed a darker half, a side of her which took control at times and bade her do awful things. This potion was to have split the darker half away from her, creating two separate beings. Mercy Killers, however, found and executed her before a string of depraved murders before she could use it. I charge you only 200 copper commons for the elixir. I will take it. Yes, Vishinkapur is a wise choice. The copper you pour into her hand seems to disappear the moment it touches her palm. She hands you the item. Please enjoy your newest acquisition. I want to look at some of your other stuff, though. What about the back of the... No! Wait, stop. I clicked the wrong thing. What about the back of the store? Stained lens. Yevra's ring, rune-covered Aelstein. Tattered rag. What is Yevra's ring? You examine the ring in a small padded case. Vishinka holds it up so you can see it more closely. This is Yevra's ring of almost invisibility. It makes its wearer invisible. Well, almost. I will part with it for a meager sum of 349 copper commons. No. I think we got what we want. Because I believe this potion is what we want for... Wait, who's the other person in there? Standish. Who the hell is Standish? I think we need to give this to the person that wanted the split. This downtrodden little man scurries about the curiosity shop, dusting, cataloging, and moving things about for the place's proprietress. You notice he smells faintly of onions. He glances up at you nervously as you approach him. Please, sir, I cannot speak with you. I have work to do, and my mistress simply won't allow it. I just had a couple questions. Goddamn yawns. I'm sorry, sir, but I can't. Please leave me be before my mistress notices me talking to you. Your mistress. Little man nods. Yes, Mistress Vishinka. I'm Standish, her servant, her slave. I committed a crime and was sentenced to slavery, then purchased in lower ward, like many of her slaves, most of whom she keeps at her manor. Now please, I beg of you, leave me be, or she'll become angered and beat me unmercifully. Alright, see you later. Okay, weirdo. I know you're a demon, but like... What did you mean by calling Mort prevaricating? Oh, that Batsu camp follower who's made her home in Sigil? Curious, no. But then, what better a place to train her agents than a little brothel of hers? What? Wait. Wait a minute. No. Hang on a second. The cube, you say? Alright, let's look at that in the middle of the store. Metallic cube figurine. You examine a small metallic replica of a cube-like creature with huge eyes on one of its faces. The toy has 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 folding wings, and at least 18 points of articulation. Vershinka smiles as you pick it up. A collector's item, perhaps, or a piece of artwork. Who knows? But I like it. If you do buy it, ask around. Someone might know more about it than I. You can have it for only 1,500 copper commons. Fuck it, man. I'll take it. So, okay. It looks... The way that they're describing it, it sounds like a Modron. Alright. I did want to ask you about Mort, though. Prevaricating, misrepresenting, perjuring, dissimulating, lying. Oh, did I say that? I'm into floating, disembodied, pontificating skull. As in dogmatic, always stating an opinion in a self-important manner. Vershinka smiles innocently. Okay, now let's ask her about Fall from Grace. No, I am not doing this. Alright, Batsu camp follower. Ever since her mother sold her into slavery, she has been a plaything of the plains for many a century. She claims that she was able to free herself from her chains, but you may give that word as much credence as you would give the word of any other Tanari bitch. She smiles slightly. Myself excluded, of course. You can also ask Fall from Grace about your companions, including... Yeah, I think I'm probably going to. It is the truth. Truth? Truth? One does not win free of Batsu contracts, bitch cloaked in human skin. You speak lies, and all the Tanari hordes know it, from the lowest legions to the other comfort-suckling succubi as they cavort across the plains. Fall from Grace was but a Batsu slave from the moment she was born, and so shall she always be. You still are an indentured plaything of the Batsu, to be tortured and commanded as they see fit. Vershinka sneers. You even behave as they do. One may win free of Batsu contracts if one is wary of the wording, and if one realizes that the Batsu are beholden to keep their own word. One must simply beware of any meanings that may be twisted to their ends, and I am well versed in language and its subtleties. Even so, it was not an easy matter. Enough! I do not care to hear you speaking your lies in my presence. Fall from Grace maintains her flawless composure and simply nods, though when you catch her eye, she gives you a slight, exasperated look, then smiles. What was that you said about her training agents, Vershinka? Yes, they are her eyes and ears in the city of Sigil and across the plains. What they do not see or hear, they may coerce from another man that has seen that has seen and heard. And who could think humans capable of such deception and trickery? Oh, Grace is indeed a clever one. Not as clever as her mother, perhaps, but clever nonetheless. That is not the purpose of my establishment. Oh, but of course not. Did I dare suggest such a thing? But perhaps you should let the man judge for himself. Vershinka turns to you, eyes blazing. Do you not wonder, little man? Does the method of reason and curiosity ever enter your mind as to this matter? Does not the arrangement at the brothel seem strange to you? Vershinka goes on before you can answer. Occam's razor can leave a scar, but it can remove the deeper ailments, so often caused by poison of liars and imaginers. And now here she is, traveling with you. Most curious, why would someone, a proprietress of such an establishment, leave it for any reason? And for a man she barely knows. Questions, questions. The answers may be painful indeed. He is well aware of why I agreed to travel with him, Vershinka, when he asked me to do so. Oh, I'm certain he did ask. What man could resist? Vershinka sneers and looks away in disgust. What are you? Vershinka sighs loudly. An Alu fiend, a half-demon. My mother was Tanari, a fiend, and my father a great king of mortals. Such a rude question, but then, you're rather rude-looking yourself, aren't you? Alright, see ya, jerk-ass. Okay, I need to play with this thing. Where is it? Cube. Modron cube. This small metal toy is a replica of a cube-like mechanical creature with huge eyes on one of its faces. The toy has 2 legs, 2 arms, blah blah blah. The intricacies of the toy are incredible. Its joints are composed of tiny gears, cogs, pulleys, and swivel joints, and there are even tiny springs on its legs that help support the feet. There is a little switch on the back that moves the eyes back and forth, and the wings are made of some tissue-like material, a metal that folds up neatly when the wings are flush with the body. Despite the toy's awkward shape, it rests easily on any surface, no matter how uneven. Let's see. The small metal toy is a replica of a cube-like creature. Blah 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 blah. I mean, item. Move the arms and make the sword fighting noises. The toy clicks and whirs as you move its clockwork joints. Within moments, the tiny cube has vanquished every imaginary opponent you have sent against it, and settled back into its normal position. Wave the arms and make cheering noises. Hordes of imaginary creatures from across the plains cheer the cube's victory. You can almost see a tiny, oily tear brimming on one of the eyes. It is a hero, the greatest cube ever to roam the plains, and everyone loves it. In your mind, Fall from Grace and Anna hug it and shower it with kisses. Sign put the cube away for future battles against the multiverse. Mort stares at you and shakes his head. What's that, Cube Hero? Mort's a stupid skull? Well, yes, he is, isn't he, Cube Hero? Oh my god. Hey, it didn't say that. Yes, it did. It just said it now. Oh my god, this is the best exchange. What? Give me that thing. No, it's mine. He only wants to hang out with me anyway. Don't you, Cube Hero? Yes, you do. I just want to hold it for a second. But you don't have any hands. I'll hold it in my teeth. No, I think I'll just put it away for now.
I'm gonna smash that Modron cube to bits.
Did you hear anything, Cube Hero? Neither did I. No! I don't want Mort to be mad.
Yes?
Let's see. Fall from Grace. Can you tell you about the Tanari? How'd you come to be named Fall from? Can you teach me about the art race? I wanted to talk about our companions. Wait, do you ever use weapons? No, there is seldom the need, and I find that I cannot bear the touch of cold iron or even steel for long periods of time. In any event, I have a number of natural defenses that tend to discourage attackers, such as...
Updated my journal.
The kiss of a succubus is lethal to mortals, though they rarely realize the danger until their death is almost upon them. Far from Grace sighs, I can resort to it when the need arises. Can I read your diary? No. Please. Grace gives a slight smile. A lady must have her secrets. Very well, then. I mean, I kind of expected that.
Yes?
What about our companions? Mort. Mort is most peculiar. I have seen a great deal in my life, but nothing quite like him. He behaves somewhat like a mimir. Granted, there's no denying he is knowledgeable, but he has a certain... She sniffs the air and wrinkles her nose. Batorian smell about him? Batorian smell? Yes, but he's not a Batsu. At least of any variety I've encountered. The smell alone, however, makes me treat the skull with caution. What do you mean when you say Batsu or Batorian? My apologies. Bator is one of the outer planes, the home of the race of fiends called Batsu. They're evil creatures, yet they are organized and lawful in many of their behaviors. Some might call them devils. They believe in contracts and hierarchy. In many ways, they are like evil bureaucrats. Let's see, what about the Batorian smell? Yes, but he's not a Batsu, at least of any variety I've encountered. The smell alone, however, makes me treat the skull with caution. Mimirs are encyclopedias of knowledge. The owner may ask them questions, and if they possess the knowledge, they will inform the user of what it knows. And Mort is a Mimir? I don't believe so. Mort lacks this silvery metal that Mimirs customarily have, and he seems to have an attitude of his own. Such qualities are not present in conventional Mimirs. Grace shrugs slightly. He may be one, but he's unlike any I have encountered. I don't really believe he's a Mimir either. Perhaps there is some test to verify his authenticity, but I would not do one if you value him as a friend. If you do, then you must accept what he has told you. I don't know about that. Me. What did you wish to discuss? To be honest, I'm curious as to your feelings about me. I'd like to know your thoughts about my situation. Do you have any idea who or what I might be? Grace frowns in thought. I freely admit that you are something of an enigma, she smiles, but I find such mysteries intriguing. Shall we attempt to puzzle out your situation? Yes. First, while it is possible that you are a tiefling or some rare crossbreed, my guess is that you are human, or were at one time. Maybe something else that might shed light on my situation. Let's talk about... No, go on. Your appearance is approximately a male in his early 30s. The stitching and scar tissue make an exact determination difficult. The key to your past is your memory, and it seems that certain locations, events, and people trigger seemingly forgotten memories. It would seem to be in your best interest to visit as many locations as possible, and speak to as many others as possible. In short, experience your universe as much as possible. Do you know anything else that might help prove helpful? Well, shadows keep coming to kill me. I have a feeling they're following me, but I don't know why. Shadows. Far from Grace is silent for a moment. Shadows are shades of the dead. They do not tend to hunt. They tend to lie in wait for victims. Curious. Well, I think there's someone out to murder me, so much so I built a tomb trap to try and kill them. According to an inscription in the tomb, he's been coming after me for, well, as long as my incarnations can remember, it seems. Then whoever the killer is, he's lived a very long time to have pursued you so long. She taps her chin for a moment. Could the killer be immortal as well? Possibly. I'd like to know any other thoughts you might have on my situation. Let's see.
Yes.
What about other companions? What about Anna? She is strong and capable, and she is quite passionate. I almost wish I had met her long ago and asked her to come to the brothel. Perhaps things might have been different. Grace studies you for a moment. What do you think of her? Oh my god. This is a little forward. Well, this is probably the best one. I wish to tell her so. I don't know, I seem to leave this wreckage wherever I go. With Dionar especially, and the lives of others I've touched, it might be best to leave well enough alone. To that I would say this. Love may move the planes themselves when it is strong and true, and there is nothing truer in all of my experiences than the truth about how one feels about another. Perhaps so, but I wanted to talk to you about somebody else as well. What about Dakon? Dakon, Grace raises an eyebrow. He's most uncommon for Githzerai, really. In what way? Well, he obeys you. That alone would mark him as a pariah among his people. His entire race were once slaves, and even the reminder of servitude to them is distasteful. Yes, he made a promise to me long ago to serve me until I died. It was after I saved his life, and he did not know that I was immortal. Truly? As Githzerai, he must be suffering indeed. How did you save his life? After he fell from Shrakat Lor, one of my previous incarnations came to him as he lay dying in limbo and gave him the unbroken seal of Zerthaman, that religious text he has. If I may ask, do you know why the incarnation saved his life? I think I saved him because of his Karak blade. Curious. Far from Grace is silent for a moment. You know, a blade that reflects the will of the wielder is a potent weapon if the wielder knows himself. Perhaps that is why I saved him then. Is there anything else you can tell me about Dakon? Dakon approaches everything in an orderly fashion. Again, most curious for Githzerai. They tend to be unpredictable. They follow their impulses rather than plan. Anything else? He seems the most pious Githzerai and a steadfast ally. That he is. You. Me, really? She thinks about this for a moment, then nods. Very well. If there is anything you are curious about, please ask. Alright, I think that's it for now. Let's save, and then I'm going to talk to Mort.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Indeed. Indeed. Um... Did your Mimir? Yeah, Mimir's a floating encyclopedia. You put information in, you get information out. But aren't Mimirs made of silvery metal? So, maybe some are, but I'm not. And there's stranger things on the plains than that, Chief. I don't think you're a Mimir, Mort. What are you? What's with the interrogation? What do you know about Mimirs anyway? I don't enough to think you're lying to me. Let's see. First a bit about the missing line from my back saying not to trust you, then this. What am I supposed to think? Okay, I'm not a Mimir, but I know a lot of stuff, so I might as well be one. What are you then? I'm a floating skull who knows a lot. What about the Batorian smell you have? What would you know about the Bator... what would you know about what Bator smells like? Unless... Hey, you've been talking about me with that Tanari, haven't you? What does she know? Well, she obviously touched on something. That is a Batorian smell, right? Well, yeah, but... Well, yeah, so I smell a little. Excuse me. Why do you smell like Bator? I was in the Hells for a while, kind of a long while. The stench kind of grows on you. You were in the Hells? What were you doing there? Oh! See, well, there's this pillar on Avernus, the first layer of Bator. It's called the Pillar of Skulls, but it's more like the Pillar of Heads? To hear some bashers tell it, it's supposedly made of the heads of Burks, mostly sages and scholars, who used their knowing of this and knowing of that when they were alive to stretch the truth a little. So much they might have hurt or killed someone by doing it. Well, when I died, I ended up there. Funny, huh? Not really. Mort goes silent for a moment. Yeah, you're right. It's not funny at all. You see, I think I knew a lot of things when I was alive, and maybe when I did know something, I didn't always tell the truth about it. I'm thinking that when I bent the truth once or twice, it may have led to someone getting penned in the dead book sooner than they should have. Could you remember who? I can't say how I know it, Chief, but I think it was you. At least once. Thing is, I can't remember what happened. I don't even remember being human, or what I was even like before I woke up on the pillar. Why did you forget? That's pretty much the way of things when you die, as I'm sure you're no stranger to. You just forget. I figure I wasn't a sterling member of the community when I was alive, but hells, who is? Mort sighs. It's just that I can't help it. Nothing's worse than being honest all the time. Except being sentenced to the hells. That sounds a lot worse than telling the truth. Yeah, you're right. Again, Mort clicks his teeth. The way he does it reminds you of someone drumming their fingers. I guess just all that good and evil, lying and cheating catches up with you. And when I got penned in the dead book, it was my turn to pay the ferryman. So how did you escape the pillar?
My journal.
Well, you helped me, Chief. When you showed up at the Pillar of Skulls, I pushed my way to the front. My obvious know-how and charm attracted your attention. You knew that I was the head that knew the most, so I cut a deal with you. A deal? Oh boy. As Mort speaks, your vision seems to bleed into a fiery red, and you hear a howling, a horrible screaming tower of voices, chittering, screeching, hammering. All of them begging, screaming to be freed, and Mort's voice, faint, almost lost in the horde. He sounds desperate, frightened, and pathetically, tragically lost. You, Skull, speak. The howling voices fall silent, and you watch the tiny red-lined skull, its cracked features cast in a hellish light. Turn its eyes up to you. Blood and ichor has streamed across its features, and its teeth chatter, as if cold. I can help you. I want... I know what you seek. All these heads, all their knowing. Just please, I beg you, free me. Let me help you. I'll tell you anything, everything. Will you? Swear it, Skull. Swear you will serve me until my end days. Or here you will remain. I swear, just please, please free me. You watch as Mort sickeningly swallows his pride, almost a tangible thing. I beg you, let me help you, please. Very well, I shall free you. Your echo slides as if you are moving, and the howling, screaming cacophony begins again. The nightmarish horde of howls and cat calls and taunts and insults. The feel of your hands sliding into the filthy quagmire of the pillar, the biting of fangs, mandibles, and your hands locking around the tiny skull and ripping, tearing it from the pillar like an old scab. It is done. You look down at the bloody skull in your scarred hands, its eyes covered in ichor from the pillar, and its teeth chattering once, twice. It reminds you of a wailing newborn, helpless, and in the eyes of the man you once were, pathetic. I have freed you. Now your life and your death are mine, Mort. Holy shit. Vision swirls, the mists of the past drifting away, and Mort is still chattering on. We talked for a while, Chief, you and me, seeing whether the arrangement would work, and I think we both were really impressed with each other, so you invited me off the pillar, and I've kind of been with you ever since. What happened then? Well, I didn't know I'd lose most of the pillar's knowledge once I was out of it. I mean, how was I to know? I've never been off the damn thing, but you were pretty understanding about it. You lost all the knowledge you said you had. Your vision swirls again, making you dizzy, and you feel your gut churn. You hear the cracking, snapping of bone, and Mort's howls. Howling in pain, screaming for someone to stop killing him, and your hand lashing out again and again. Oh my god. Damn you, Skull, you lied to me. I'll thrust you back in that damnable pillar and leave you to die there. Oh my god. There is the clatter of bone against what sounds like metal, a floor or a wall, and the skittering of teeth knocked free. You can hear Mort mewling like a beaten dog for you to, I'm assuming that's going to be stop. Know that your suffering on the pillar will be nothing to the torment I will make you suffer. Jesus Christ, I was a horrible person. Your vision swirls and Mort's cries ebb, fading into his chattering rhythm. So you realized I still had my uses, so I took up with you, and I've been with you ever since. Mort, what did I want from the pillar? How long ago was it that I freed you? Mort thinks for a moment. Well, as for how long, I don't know the exact count, Chief. Ages, I suppose. I've done all I could to help you each time, but Mort sighs. It's not easy. And as for what you wanted at the pillar, I don't know. Once you pried me off, I couldn't remember. Mort, why didn't you say something when we were at the mortuary? Mort suddenly becomes defensive. Because I never know who you're going to be. Some of your incarnations have been stark raving mad. One time, you awoke obsessed with the idea that I was your skull and chased me around the spire trying to shatter and devour me. Luckily, you were crushed by a passing cart in the street. Another good and lawful, you tried to thrust me back into the pillar because it's where I belonged. Mort smirks. That's why. Besides, no harm's ever come to you not knowing, or come to you not knowing. So you stayed with me all this time? Well, yeah, Chief, I said I would. Mort always keeps his promises. He pauses. Well, most of them. There was that one chit in Arborea who... You suddenly realize that Mort's tone has changed. Past the joke, you realize he's trying to hide something. Something about why he's with you. Mort, seriously, why are you still traveling with me? Chief, I said it's because I promised, alright? He looks irritated. What else could it be? I don't know, you didn't need to stick around after I freed you. Well, of course not, Chief, but and suddenly his tone of voice strikes a chord in you, and you know why he's remained with you all this time. You feel guilty because you led me to my death so long ago, isn't it? And you've been suffering ever since. Oh, come on, Chief. Me feel guilty? I'm Mort. No, I think that's it. When I came to free you from the fate you deserved, you couldn't help but try to help me. And when you could have left after I freed you, you remained. Because you felt indebted. Mort is silent for a moment, looking at you. Maybe. You know what's funny? At first, I don't know what the feeling was. It kind of slowly eats at you, you know? I mean, at first I thought it was a side effect of some enchantment that bound me to you. But after a couple hundred years, I realized it was more than that. Something deeper. I just felt drawn, connected to you. Somehow... connected to you somehow. Maybe it's all your suffering, Chief. Your torment. I don't know. Maybe I felt, I don't know, responsible for whatever it is I did. What if something I did brought you to this state? Thing is, I don't think me or whoever I was really ever had to see the consequences of all the lying and cheating I'd done. And when I saw you for the first time, when I was trapped on the pillar, somehow I knew that you were the one I betrayed. Once long ago. Mort sighs, and that's all I know. I see. Thanks for coming clean, Mort.
Updated my journal.
And I don't think... What? Oh my god. Was that to Mort? Now, don't thank me, Mort sighs, and to your surprise, his voice seems stronger now, more confident. Some of the cracks and fractures in the skull have vanished, as if healed. Nah, the thanks is all to you. I feel like I just had a plane moved off my shoulders, so to speak. Hot damn. Okay, that's it.
Knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger. My blade has changed.
Your... excuse me? What? Double... What the heck? Holy shit. Dakon, you monster. Oh my god. He's crazy. Who's this? Alright. Let's go talk to Map... not Map Man. Linguist Man.
Done.
And then, because it's getting to that time, I think we're going to call it quits. Yo, Linguist Dude. Where the hell... Oh, there he is. I have a question for you, buddy. Fold the dodecahedron to the page with writing on it and ask if he can translate it. He takes the unfolded dodecahedron in his hands and examines it closely. This language is a long-dead one, known to virtually no one. I believe my father, a linguist like myself, knew this language, and may well have been the only man in Sigil at the time that could understand it. I recognize it from his notes, but I cannot translate it. Do you have the notes still? Phenom shakes his head. They'll be of no use to you if you're looking to translate anything, and the few actual books he had pertaining to that language disappeared around the time of his murder, I believe. I'd very much like to see them just the same. Phenom gives an annoyed sigh. I'm not certain where they are just now, and I'm looking for something else at the moment. My research journal. Perhaps I've recovered it, or perhaps when I've recovered it, I could spare the time to find those notes for you. Is it this book right here?
Updated my journal.
Ooh, Phenom's eyebrows arc. Why, yes it is. He takes it from you, then begins to rummage through his... Where the hell did I get the book? Rummage through his pockets. Here you are, then, my father's notes. Square, then, are we? Good, I have to look over my notes now, so if you'll excuse me... Thanks, buddy. We are getting a redonkulous amount of experience. These are the notes that are... these are the notes of the deceased linguist Finn and Line. They're composed of his research into the language of Uyo. These are the notes of the which seems remarkably similar to the writing you found on the found hidden in the dodecahedron puzzle box. Read them carefully. See if it sparks a memory.
Updated my journal.
As you read over Finn's notes regarding the lost language of Uyo, there is a throbbing sensation in your temples as a memory begins to surface. Memories of this language. You recall letters, words, phrases, until, like the spire wind blowing away the blanket of poisonous smog over the great foundry, the language is once more revealed to you in its entirety. You should be able to read the writing on the dodecahedron now, or in the dodecahedron. Put the notes away. Dodeca. You heft the cold gray dodecahedron up to examine it carefully, now aware of the various deadly traps it holds for the incautious user, and how to avoid them entirely. Having learned the dead language of Uyo, you'll at last be able to decipher its contents. Unfolded.
Updated my journal.
The tablet turns out to be a journal of sorts, one kept by some prior incarnation of yourself, it would seem, and not an altogether sane one, either. There are only a handful of completely coherent sections. Browse through it. What do you wish to read? Oh, my lord. Having the croc take on the form of the streaming blade means Dakon's morale is high, and his trust in you seems well placed. Oh, excellent. That actually makes me extremely happy, because I really, really like Dakon. Read about whispering shadows. The whispers are not the shadows... The whispers are not the shadows moving. They are speaking, plotting, talking to each other. I can understand some of what they say. Read something else. The female ghost. The book tells me things. Whispers things. It tells me to avoid the ghost girl. Avoid her. I don't know her, and she torments me. What the hell? Read about hiding something within your own body. And so I swallowed it, hoping it'd catch in my bowels. I can make someone remove it when I need to. What the hell? Read some paranoid ranting. I have learned that my life is not my own. I will not allow you to have my life. You will have to pull my life from my broken body if you want it. It's you who will die. If I cannot have it, neither will you. You are responsible for this treason of flesh. You will not live to live my life. What the shit? Read about the accursed tattoos. The accursed tattoos will not leave my skin. I have tried to burn them off of my skin. Failed. I tried to cloak myself, but I always feel that people are reading my flesh, reading me like a book. Whenever they look at me, I want to tear their eyes out, pluck them from their sockets, and crush them beneath my heel. Good lord. Read about dreams and ravel. Why can't I dream? I used the goblet of Semir to force a waking dream. I saw a hag. She tempted me, threatened me with shadows. I have never seen her, but she came when I dreamt. I must not dream again. I must always be aware. I destroyed the goblet. She says she is someone of power, and that she will have me, will find me. Get away, hag. Stay far away from me. Leave me in peace. I want nothing to do with you. Continue reading this portion. Her voice reeked of evil's talons. Talons like spiders. They burrowed into my gray matter, and I needed her out of my mind. Out, hag. She was a myth, a fairy tale, who alone challenged the Lady of Pain. How can one fight someone who is a myth? I don't have the weapons. I need weapons that will kill her should she find me. I need a strategy so she cannot defeat me when she comes for me. I must devise and think. I shall beat her. Read about the danger of names. Fear names. Names have power and identity. Names can be used as weapons by others. They are a hook that can be used to track you, find you, hunt you across the plains. Remain nameless and you shall be safe. The killing in the fest hall. I went to the fest hall looking for the path of my false self in the halls. So glaring was it that those I did not know, the false ones, welcomed me into their confidence, treated me as a friend, showed me my room, attended to my needs. I had to restrain myself from launching out against them. That would have been premature. First, I needed to protect my identity. I found one who knew the exclusive language of Uyo, learned it as I could, then killed him. Then I went to the sensorium and prepared to end the matter soon. Oh, God. So we probably killed this poor dude's dad. Jesus. Read about the murder of the one who tried to help you. Oh, God. There is nothing he can do. Memories are gone, he says, never to return. He says lies and tells me this is what he told me. Lies. He says my mind is weakening from every death. Lies. He sat there betraying my confidence with every turn. He says that only after 3 more deaths, 3 more lives, will I gain the benefit of keeping my memories, but that I, myself, I will die when I die. Die? How can one be immortal and still die? He could not answer, so he was of no use. I butchered him so that no other incarnation will ever benefit from his uselessness. Read a cryptic answer from an unknown source. So the ghastly head said, "You have been divided. You are one of many men. One of many men? You bear many names. Each has left their scars on your flesh. Lost one, immortal one, incarnation's end. Man of 1,000 deaths. The one doomed to life. Restless one. One of many. The one whom life holds..." This one I find interesting. Because the many is one. The bringer of shadows. The wounded one. Misery bringer. Yemeth. You are silvered glass that has cracked, and the pieces scattered across history. Only one piece is of import. Regain that, and your life will be yours again. There will be a piece. Or there will be a price. This price will buy you a chance. Without the chance, you are doomed. You have lost that which is never meant to be separated from man. Your mortality has been stripped from you, lost. It exists, but you must find it before your mind is lost to you as well. Put the journal away.
I feel stronger.
Oh boy. Spell resistance ability is increased. More hit points. Characteristic point. Okay. Holy shit. What? I feel like maybe I should invest in some other stats. Like perhaps Constitution. Then again, maybe not. Fuck it. More charisma. I'll be the most charismatic, shriveled, shriveled up corpse you can imagine. Dude. Let's put her knock. I feel like I need to tell this guy. You said your father had been murdered? Vietnam nods. Strangled he was. He had left to tutor someone. He taught various languages to supplement his research income, and was discovered dead in the side chamber of the Civic Fest Hall. The killer was never found. This was perhaps 50 years ago now. I was but a child. He knew the language, though, and could teach it. Surely he did, and could, were he alive today. My father was said to be a great teacher. Vietnam sighs sadly. I have his skill with language, but not his patience for others, sadly. Is he interred at the mortuary?
Updated my journal.
Why, no, his ashes are kept here. He points to the bronze urn sitting atop the cabinet beside the boutique of purple flowers. Why? A wry smile crosses Finn's lips. A necroscope, are you? Speak with the dead? He suddenly frowns. I have no wish to speak of these things any longer. You'll have to excuse me, sir. Farewell. I think I read everything in the dodecahedron. Let me check again. Spring Shadows, female ghost. Ranting, cursed tattoos. Oh! Read something about a legacy. A legacy, the note read, forget not to collect your legacy. A small code scratched beside it, 51AA. A trap, no doubt, set by yet another of my false selves. I'll see it destroyed, I will. Interesting. Very interesting. What?
I'm gone.
I'm very curious. Okay. I lied a little bit. I really, really want to go and see if I can free Ignis. Now that I know how to operate the decanter. Was it here? Yes.
Done.
Let's see. When we free Ignis, as soon as I can get this to him, they say this decanter holds an endless supply of water. Yes, use that on him and he'll be sure to come free. Oh my Ignis, I await you. She pauses for a moment, dread in her eyes. Do you know the command word? Yes, I do. Her eyes brighten even further, if that's possible. Then use it. Use it on him now. In a minute, I need some more answers from you. What? No, okay, I'm gonna use it on him is the thing, so.
All right.
I wonder if this decanter of water will do something. You tilt the decanter over the grill and begin to pour. A small stream of ice blue water pours from the decanter and touches the flames of the grill with a violent hissing and a rush of steam. As if in response to this challenge, the decanter seems to lunge forward, falling onto the grill and shattering. By the hells? Hissing billows of steam and a furious crackling noise rushes from the grill, spilling over you and forcing you to cover your ears and turn away. There is a scream, a crackling, a terrible sound like 100 buildings burning. People screaming, their screams being cut short by the roar of flame and melting flesh. Cover your ears, block out the sound. As you put your hands over your ears to block out the sound, you feel a sickness in your a stickiness on your hands, like hot cheese or candle wax. Your ears are bleeding from the sound. You draw your hand back and see them covered with chunks of melted flesh filled with bloody swirls. Oh, fuck. Try and get out of the bar. You are about to run from the bar, anything to get away from the sound, when suddenly all fall silent except for a jagged crackling coming from the grill. You turn. On the grill lies the decanter of endless water, now nothing but shards and steam. Above it is the creature, flames still trailing from its body, floating over the bar's floor. It is staring at you, its eyes flickering like two torches. I know you. Oh boy. The creature's face splits, charred flesh peeling away from its jaw, so that it might speak. Yes. Its voice crackles, burns, roars through the creature's chest, and with every word, flakes of cinder and ash spit from its mouth and drift into the air. You can barely stand to look at the thing. The blazing radiance surrounding it is terrible to behold. Ignis?
Long have I slept, dreams of flames. I am yours, till death comes for us both.
The creature floats towards you, the air bending from the thermals around it, or surrounding it. Let's see. As if in response, flames curl within Ignis's throat, and a tongue of flame streams from behind his blackened teeth. We shall see.
Ignis hears you.
Please tell me this is going to tell me what your alignment is. Because I would really like to know. It doesn't tell me. Oh, shit. Information? Biography? I'm gonna guess it's something evil? This is probably very bad. The circle on the right of his portrait shows his alignment above his faction. Wait. Oh. Chaotic neutral. Oh boy. Lawful neutral, that makes sense for you. Chaotic good, that kind of makes sense for you. Chaotic neutral, makes sense. Deck on, probably neutral. Yep, lawful neutral. What am I? Lawful good, excellent. Oh, some of us are probably not going to get along, though, I have a feeling. Okay. So I wanted to make sure that, because it says fireball, but I wanted to make sure that it wasn't like, oh, you know, oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna save, and we'll pick this up next Monday, and I'm gonna talk to Ignis. There's probably gonna be a lot of badness going on. All right, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm gonna be back tomorrow with. We're not sure what we're gonna do because we're gonna be missing a couple people. We're either gonna be doing Deep Rock Galactic co-op with some of the Stream Dream Team, or we're gonna be doing Dead by Daylight with the new killer. We're not really sure yet, but in any case, I will catch you all tomorrow for some more streamage, and also next Monday and Tuesday, etc., and so on. But in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I will catch you all next time. And thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.